I want to talk about the subject of mental health. I'm not speaking too loud because it's still relatively early and the walls here are somewhat thin. Um, we often hear that men are reluctant to speak about mental health issues. I think things have improved. I think that actually people in general are more open about mental health than before. And in recent years, there has been improved focus on it. That's a good thing. Um, but mental health's a very, very complex subject, and I've had my share of depression. At the moment, my situation's actually better than it was, let's say, a few months ago. Financially speaking, it just had a bit of better luck, let's just say, of late. Nevertheless, this past night, I don't know why, I've been up all night, which I often am. I have a very erratic sleeping structure, but I've just felt anxious tonight. Um, and that's what I want to talk about, anxiety. Um, it's a very, very uncomfortable feeling. It's not the same as a palpable fear. That is, if you're, let's say you have an armed intruder in your house, or you are standing at the edge of a very tall building, or, that sort of palpable fear. Anxiety is more like for me, it's more like a niggling distraction that just, it's shit. It really is not a good feeling because it just eats away at your conscience. And it just, for me, it leaves me feeling kind of irritated that it's there. Like you just think, where's this come from? Because the thing with anxiety, it's not always easy to identify what's causing it. I mean, sometimes there's a range of things, but so, when I look at the things in my life, I'm not really scared of COVID. I take the precautions. I wear a mask, I wash my hands, I keep social distance. Not that. Um, future is always on my mind. Um, sometimes I think more about what other people might perceive of me than perhaps I should. Drink a lot of caffeine, so that might just be, can make you a bit jittery sometimes. I smoke cigarillos, that can maybe be a factor, I don't know. But I hate anything that takes away self-control. I hate anything that leaves me feeling vulnerable, which I think is true of anyone. Anyone would feel that way. There's a little bit of male ego involved there. Men don't like to feel weak. No, I mean no one does, but it's not. When you want to be assertive, it's not a good feeling. So anyway, I won't make this one too long. I'm sure I'll feel fine soon. I mean, I'm not depressed, okay? It's a different feeling from depression. Depression is just a general gloom, and I don't feel that. Things aren't all bad, but it's just this anxiety just crops up occasionally, and it's not something, thankfully, I have to deal with all the time. But I wish I didn't have to deal with it at all. I wish it was non-existent. So let me know if you go through anxiety at any point. What do you think causes it? I mean, a year ago, or let's say a while back, the obvious answer would be financial issues that I've got. But my financial situation is actually a bit better now, so I don't think that's the reason. Ah, I don't know. Um, just we all just try to live our lives day in and day out. We're bombarded with news, we're bombarded with opinions. I think sometimes social media doesn't help. I mean, that would be worth a whole video in its own right, I think. The nature of social media. But anyway, I think trying to be optimistic, trying to look at the bright side of things is very important. And frankly, I don't always do it. Sometimes maybe I wouldn't say I'm a pessimist. I'm not. I don't like always look at the negative, but sometimes the negative just come true. I mean, I don't actively say, "Oh, this is terrible. This is bad. That's bad." In fact, I always or often play the devil's advocate for things. I like to find the good side of things, but it often the negativity often comes through nevertheless. So, if you go through anxiety, let me know your thoughts. I'll try my best to get back to comments. I know I've been floppy in that regard of late, but I will try to get back to comments on this one. And just let me know your experience, i.e., what's anxiety like for you? Do you know the reasons why you go through it? How do you deal with it, etc. I think for me, one thing would be trying to get a bit of a better sleeping pattern because although I don't have any specific commitments right now, I mean, I'm working part time, but um, yeah, let me know your thoughts.